at Eckart Supply. I started in the late 80s, 88, 89, just kind of working around the warehouse, sweeping floors, whatever they wanted me to do. Not really on the payroll, just kind of, whatever they needed, I did it. And then I moved into 91, 92. I believe 92 is the year I started at Eckart Supply on the payroll. And that's when they actually started paying me to do all the hard work they were throwing at me. And that path was still started at the warehouse level, driving trucks, had my own routes, worked orders, kind of made my way up to the counter slowly, only because a lot of the contractors that I delivered to, they would come in the counter and say, "Hey, is Philip here?" And they'd want to see me, something like that. After the counter sales, they actually moved me. They were building a large casino in Bridgeport, Indiana, and my dad and my uncles placed me on the job site to supply materials to Henderson and Stewart Mechanical at the time, all the plumbing and electrical material for the job. Learned a lot from that, learned a lot about big projects, what customers expect, what the contractors need and why they need it so early or why they need it in a timely manner. Labor is much more critical to them than the material cost, is what I learned from that. After that, I was moved over into Louisville as a branch manager, actually. At that time, it was our Floyd Street location. At a very young age, running a branch was a challenge. But it was still fun. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of street credit just because of the work I'd done with Henderson and some of the other subs over on the casino project. Went from that into full-time outside sales. Really enjoyed that because I just love being around contractors. I love figuring out the solutions. That just really gets my head going. Then I actually left. At that time, I was graduating college, and then I decided to go to Radio Electric and work as business development manager, eventually being vice president after a couple years there. Got to get a deep knowledge of what's really going on in the contractor world. And then my dad took over. After about 2.5 years there, my dad took over Eckart and asked me to come back, so I came back. He wanted me to be VP of sales so I could run all the sales for the company. I did that for several years until eventually he made me president, and then president and CEO, and then, now I'm, that's the story. That's the path.